God picked up a watering can and sprayed some water on the humans. The next second, people cheered and danced with joy as they welcomed the long-awaited sweet rain. The dry, yellow land instantly turned lush and green. Just as everyone was immersed in the joy of finally getting rain after a drought, God suddenly decided to let them experience what it means to go from extreme joy to sorrow. He ordered his assistant to spray a large amount of virus-carrying liquid onto the humans. Soon, people were infected by a plague and fell one after another. But humanity did not go extinct because of this. God had underestimated the survival ability of intelligent beings. The survivors not only defeated the virus, but also became immune to it from then on. Under extremely harsh living conditions, they even managed to discover how to create fire. When God saw this, he felt uneasy. Ever since the appearance of humans, everything they had access to was granted by him. But now, humans had learned to invent and create on their own. God began to worry that if this continued, these tiny ant-like creatures might eventually slip out of his control. So, in a fit of anger, he blew a breath at the fire they had just created. After putting in so much effort to learn how to make fire by rubbing sticks together, humans watched helplessly as their hope was extinguished with just one breath from God. But the setback didn't seem to hit them too hard. So God immediately created vicious wild elephants to launch an attack on the humans. The humans had no choice but to retreat into caves to survive. Seeing these little beings completely at his mercy, God showed a satisfied expression. But not long after, humans actually had the courage to walk out of the caves again. Their instinct to survive pushed them to risk everything in search of food. At this point, humans seemed to understand that 3 parts depended on hard work, while 7 parts were up to fate. They gathered around the 5-legged island, often raising their hands to pray and make wishes, humbly begging the heavens to give them a bite to eat. God asked his assistant what they were doing. The assistant reminded him, "You haven't sent rain to the humans in a long time." God felt that he had tortured them long enough. It was time to give them a little sweetness. So he had the assistant use the watering can again to spray some water on the humans. And just like that, a heavy downpour started in the human world.